This video was sponsored by BlueStacks, a free Android emulator that you can use to play Azur Lane and other games on Google Play on your PC instead. If you're interested, you can check it out in the pinned comment or the description below. Hi guys, I'm Ander, or FP Open Up on the Lexington server, and today we're going to be talking about the new event on the global server, Raid Drills With Essex. With that, let's get into the video. Now first up, before we do get into the video, let's just briefly go over some other patch notes. As you can see, there's the Manju Grand Prix. You can access this by clicking the event tab, and then as you can see, there's Manju Grand Prix. And during the event, you gotta finish 4 of these laps where you can click this accelerate button, and then you get a limited furniture called Red Blaze. So you get like 5 attempts every day, you click this accelerate button right here, and you will get a good amount of rewards too from this, so it's very nice to do. And blah blah blah. Sometimes the rewards are complete crap, but you know what? This square right here just gave me an SR cat box, so that's really good. Now also, there is the new skins and stuff too, so that's pretty cool. Oh shoot. Anyway, go back to shop, click skins, and boom, you got all of your super nice Race Queen skins. Yes, these are very nice, but I will not be buying these because I kind of spent way too much money on Skybound Oratorio skins, and I don't think I'm in the right mind to go and spend any more. So yeah, these will have to go and stay there for later. Now onto the ship review section. I'm going to be doing this before the event since the event has a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'll just get this out of the way. Anyway, onto Essex, the shining star of this event. If you didn't know already, Essex is the best carrier in the entire game. This is because she has, of course, her guaranteed extra airstrike. That makes her absolutely tier 0 already, that procs in addition to her normal one, that also inflicts an additional flooding damage, and flooding is just a better burn effect, so it's very good. She gets the extra increased damage to enemy battleships by 10%, and there's 2 more skills. She's got an additional stat boosting skill, covering formation, and basically there's 2 extra aviation boosts she gets from this, one being from when she is sortied with other Eagle Union carriers, and the other being when her planes shoot down an enemy aircraft. So she has super high aviation already, and then her aviation gets boosted even more, so it's kind of bonkers. And if that's not enough, she has her 3rd skill. When there are 4 or more Eagle Union ships, she grants all ships in the fleet a 12% chance to reduce the damage down to 1, basically negating that damage when your ship in the fleet is attacked by enemy torpedo bombers or dive bombers. So she's got the damage, she's got the stat boosts, and she's got the survivability. It's Essex, she's overpowered, and she's very good. Now onto the much more toned down version of the Essex sisters, we've got Shangri-La. So Shangri-La has very solid performance, don't get me wrong, but her skills are just not overpowered enough to get into the top tier with the likes of Essex, Centaur, and Formidable. One factor that really holds back Shangri-La is that her extra airstrike only has a max of 80% chance to proc at max level, while all the other overpowered carriers, Essex, Formidable, and Centaur, have a guaranteed 100% chance to proc at max level. So that 100% chance that everybody else gets really bumps them up a level, while Shangri-La's only 80% chance kind of puts her back in tier 1. But she does have really solid stats being an Essex sister, and she has very nice skills even though it's not overpowered like the tier 0 ones, making her the top of tier 1, just not completely overpowered in the tier 0. And finally, independence. There's not really too much to say, so actually no, you get independence from the Essex event. She's an elite Eagle Union carrier, well, Eagle Union light carrier. There's not really too much to say about her. She's got a very nice design, but she's just got very okay stats. So independence, I don't know if you can see that, but there she is. And yeah. Now onto the moment you've been waiting for, let's go and talk about the new mini-event, Raid Drills With Essex. So in this, your objective is to bully Essex and earn points in doing so. What do I mean by bullying Essex? Well, you just have to go and defeat Essex, the boss, with these 4 modes a billion times. So then you get these points that you accumulate from beating this Essex boss over and over again, and then you go and get points with your individual rewards, as well as contributing to a large community point value. So on the right side of the screen, you can see that there are 4 difficulties: EX, hard, normal, and easy. EX is the hardest, and it requires you to get these special passes that you can go and get from your daily missions. Now if I could go here. So if you do a couple of these things, you can get like 5 of these special passes every day, and then you can use that to go into EX mode. So EX mode is the most amount of points that you can get from this, but it is also very challenging because she is very difficult to defeat for most people, and there is also a 60-second time limit only on this mode. I have figured a way to go and beat her pretty consistently on auto, and I will show my fleet later on. Now there is also the hard, normal, and easy maps. The harder the difficulty, the more points you will get if you can manage to defeat her. You can do each of these 3 difficulties 15 times per day, and if you can clear hard mode with a pretty low-cost oil fleet like this, and maybe submarines if you want, then I just would recommend just doing hard mode and EX, just skip out on normal and easy, because normal and easy just don't give out that many good drops in points, because as you can see here, on hard mode, you can actually get the gold Hazemire AA gun blueprints, but on normal and easy, you cannot. Now, once the Azur Lane community reaches a certain amount of point milestones, as you can see on this bottom bar right here, then you will be rewarded with stuff. Now you're going to have to go and get this bar all the way down to 0%, and then we will have all of these rewards showing up in our mailbox. So it does not send these rewards individually, so we'll just have to wait until we clear the entire thing, which really won't be in too long because for some reason our Azur Lane community is kind of completely bonkers. We finished like each of these things in one day. So 625, 626. So basically by 628 we're going to finish the whole thing. Now there is also individual rewards on the bottom right hand corner for your personal point accumulation. You can get some pretty good stuff from gold to gold and anti-air gun blueprints, as I said. So it's very nice to go and get your own points. You can also get the purple independence right here. So you should also go and work on your individual stuff like that. Let me just collect these rewards real quick. Now there is also a secret stage that you can also do by clicking this Raid Drills with Essex class thing 10 times. You'll see a countdown once you click it a billion times. And I'm just saying, you are meant to die in this stage. Like, Essex is completely insanely overpowered in this, and it is designed to completely annihilate you. So I kind of forgot to go and actually make a fleet for this, so I guess you could just watch my people die because I can't really back out of this. Actually, let's go and see how long they can last. We've got Terror in the back, we got Admiral Graf Spee, and then Leipzig. So yeah, I'm saying that right now, Leipzig, and then finally Karlsruhe, something like that. Well, they're about to die. Yeah, Essex is kind of shooting them. Oh, there goes Leipzig, and there goes that, and finally, there we go. We did not do even a single bar of damage to Essex. Anyway, let's go and move on to how I'm going to go and do EX on auto. So I'm just going to say this for now, you're going to need a lot of really good stuff in order to go in auto EX mode really efficiently. So first of all, my backline consists of Monarch, Warspite, and Jean Bart. Let's go and start off with not Warspite, but our flagship, who is Monarch. So Monarch right here is at max development level 30 and max fate simulation. She does amazing damage to Essex with her AP shell barrage right here, and her slow from this skill also really helps out with Warspite skill landing. I'm running the HE gun on Monarch right here instead of the AP gun because it has a fire rate of 16.81, so that Helena's skill, which activates every 16 seconds, can proc, because if I did this one instead, the AP gun, it would be 15 seconds, which would be before the Helena proc. So next up, let's go and talk about Warspite Retrofit. Warspite Retrofit is the main damage dealer in the fleet. She has super high and consistent damage, as you may know, and I'm running the AP gun since Essex is a carrier, so she takes a lot more damage from AP guns than HE guns. I'm using this fire control radar to go and decrease the loading time of the first main gun volley, so that it can take a little bit more advantage of Helena's proc and Monarch's slow. Finally, I've come to realize that when I was testing out stuff, that having a third battleship instead of a carrier like Formidable or Centaur actually results into having much more damage. So the best picks for this would be something that doesn't really care about its backline placement, like Jean Bart and Duke of York. Jean Bart's good because she has, of course, that preloaded main gun from this thing, so she gets an extra shot every battle, and as you know, Jean Bart does a ton of damage. For Vanguards, you want some tanky people as well as some good damage dealers. For this, I've got my Bremerton in slot to the left slot, because she does get that very nice, not right here, this very nice 20% decrease in damage for the 30 seconds, making her a very good tank. She also has super consistent and high AP damage with this AP gun, resulting in a very nice amount of DPS. In the middle slot, I've got my Helena Retro. Even though she is a little bit under level, she does do the job just fine. I put her in the middle because she is much more fragile compared to Baltimore and Bremerton, and also because Baltimore in the right hand slot will get that very nice evasion thing from Helena's skill. So it also lines up pretty well with my backlines with SG radar equipped, so that will make the radar scan activate every 16 seconds. And yeah, that basically means that she can go and activate her radar scan 3 times per battle, because you are given 60 seconds, and normally if it activates every 20 seconds, obviously, it's only going to have 2 chances to proc, but if it's 16 seconds, that means that there is 3 chances to proc instead. Now finally, I've got Baltimore in the back line. She's just another super tanky sister, just like Bremerton. Super tanky, super high DPS, she's a very consistent damage dealer. I'm using this HE gun because Baltimore does have that absolute ammunition thing. You can really use any other gun. You can use the AP gun or the HE gun. I've tested all of them out. They have basically the same exact amount of damage. Now onto Submarines. My Wolfpack Submarines contribute a lot of damage to the fight, and they're a big reason for me to go and beat Essex pretty consistently on auto. They all are basically the same exact loadouts. U-101, U-81, and U-47, they're all the really good Wolfpack people. I only do have 4 golden torpedoes, so there they are. And U-101 right here will just have to go and deal with purple torpedoes. For aux gears, I'm just running with the standard snorkel and rainbow torp, and everything seems to work out pretty okay. Now, finally, in the last thing, because it's really complicated, you've got Meowficers. Believe it or not, my Meowficers are also pretty important too. I've got the British SR Cats, Lime and Pound. They are both focused on giving my battleships with extra offensive buffs to firepower and reload, as you can see right here. Got a lot of nice buffs. You got main gun crit rate 3%, HP, firepower. Don't worry about the luck stat, it doesn't matter too much. Got some really nice reload going on. Gives a nice increase in damage, and it helps out with the consistency. Now after that, I've finished talking about all that, so let's go and go to the battle showcase. So basically when I was testing stuff out, this worked 99% of the time, so hopefully I can go and showcase this with no problem. So let's go and do this. It also does cost oil for running EX, so do keep that in mind if you're running low on oil. And let's start with the first battle showcase. I'll do this at least twice to show the consistency, and hopefully, I'm saying hopefully, they'll actually manage to kill Essex on auto. So there it is. Auto is activating. I'm going to put my cursor down here, and let's see. So Jean Bart with her preloaded salvo already, shooting them, getting her to 98. We got the submarines activating, and they're shooting, blazing burst wings. Now Warspite activates, and it looks like radar scan just activated for Helena. Monarch, hopefully she shoots her barrage, she does. And boom, very nice damage. Warspite with extra damage too. And it's looking pretty good right now. So she's sitting at around 66 now. Divine Marksman just procced again, as well as Jean Bart's salvo. And looking like we're about to hit the halfway mark for both the time and Essex's HP. And let's just keep on continuing. Got Monarch activating her skill again. Her barrage actually did proc one more time, so that's very nice. Got Blazing Burst Wings one more time. Warspite shooting another salvo. And Divine Marksman activates as well. And we're nearing both the end of time and the end of Essex's HP. Got John Bart proccing one more time, and it's coming pretty close down to the wire, and let's find out whether or not I'm going to be able to defeat Essex. And boom, with 7 seconds left, that is my first run on EX. Ta-da! So yeah, that's on auto too. As you can see, there's the stats, and if you want to see the damage output, as you can see, Warspite super consistent damage, and the submarines also do a little bit of damage as well. Now back-to-back tries, as you can see, so I don't cut the video out, and also so you don't accuse me of like repeating the video or something. Here is try number 2. Woo! Okay, my heart's beating a little bit. I don't want to be wrong, and I don't want to show my fleet being inconsistent, so hopefully we can go and repeat the same outcome as last time. So as you can see, Essex appears again. We got 60 seconds on the clock. John Bart shooting. Oh, that was a pretty nice outcome right there. There's a double crit 5,000 damage thing. Divine Marksman shooting. Looks like all those submarines are connecting with their torpedoes. Monarch shooting one more time. And dang, I'm pretty good right now. The barrage is activated every single time so far. So yeah, just gonna repeat that stuff. Divine Marksman, John Bart. And I really like that cloud skin for the battleship main gun. It looks really nice. And you even have like that rainbow trail too. Monarch with her barrage again. Oh, this time Monarch does not proc her barrage. So maybe we're in for a little bit of a contingency. Warspite keeps on going with that consistent damage. You can always rely on Warspite, and with that we have basically 10 seconds to go through 25 bars of death. And it's coming pretty close down to the wire. Kinda scared right here. 3, 1, and there you go. I still managed to go and beat him, with 5 seconds left this time. So there we go, combat finished once again, and you can see you get the points. You also get a very nice amount of purple plates too, so that's very nice. And unsurprisingly, we got Warspite as MVP again. So yeah, there is my fleet on auto for EX, and there we go. With those reviews finished, as well as that battle showcase, that will bring an end to this Air Raid Drills with Essex guide. As always, if you found this information helpful, consider dropping a like and subscribing. Don't forget to press that notification bell for my future uploads as well. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions that need to be answered, and I'll try my best to reply. If you're interested, you can always join my Discord server if you have any advice, or just want a place to relax. That's all for this video, so I'll catch you guys later, and hopefully you guys can go and do Air Raid Drills with Essex just like me. Bye!